A stunning announcement on Capitol Hill today. House Speaker John Boehner announces he is leaving Congress.
Family members of victims listened inside of the courtroom today as the man convicted of killing 4 people in a Pulaski County crash learned his sentence.
Showers are on the move, and they'll continue to increase throughout central Kentucky as we head through the afternoon and evening hours. We'll track it all hour by hour.
Tracking, alerting, protecting. This is WKYT News at Noon.
Good afternoon from WKYT News. I'm Bill Bryant. Barbara's off today. Here's what's happening at noon. A surprising announcement this morning on Capitol Hill. Speaker of the House of Representatives John Boehner announced he is stepping down and leaving Congress. CBS's Craig Boswell is in Washington with our top story at noon.
House Speaker John Boehner is resigning. He made the surprise announcement during a closed-door meeting with Republicans.
It's a wonderful day.
Boehner has been under enormous criticism from conservatives over the defunding of Planned Parenthood and was working to avoid a government shutdown.
I think we're going to miss him.
I'm very sad. He's a good man.
One of Boehner's aides released a statement saying the speaker believes putting members through prolonged leadership turmoil would do irreparable damage to the institution. There was intense pressure on Speaker Boehner to keep the government open while satisfying conservative members refusing to support any bill that funds Planned Parenthood.
That resignation of the Speaker is a stark indication of the disarray of the House Republicans.
Boehner's decision comes one day after his emotional meeting with Pope Francis. The Speaker, who is Catholic, invited Francis to address Congress. Boehner is second in line to the presidency behind Vice President Joe Biden. He became Speaker in 2011 when Republicans took control of the House. His resignation is effective October 30th. Craig Boswell, CBS News, Capitol Hill.
Now, reaction is now coming in from some of Kentucky's congressional delegation. Speaking from the Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell's office, he said he is an ally, he's a friend, and he took over as Republican leader at a difficult time for his party. When some said Republicans could never recover, he never gave up. That from Senator Mitch McConnell. Congressman Hal Rogers said that Speaker Boehner has led the House of Representatives with grace and dignity. His work to protect the institution, Rogers says, has demonstrated his deep love for the Congress and for all it stands for. And just yesterday, UK men's basketball head coach John Calipari was Speaker Boehner's special guest on Capitol Hill as Pope Francis addressed Congress. Coach Cal tweeted this picture with the House Speaker from the balcony of his office. More coverage on this coming up a little bit later, but in other news, a man who pleaded guilty in a crash that claimed 4 lives now knows his punishment. Sean Harden originally faced 4 counts of wanton murder, but a last-minute plea deal offered Harden lesser charges and a more lenient sentence. Our Hillary Thornton spoke with the mother of one of the victims who was in court as Harden's sentence was handed down today. Hillary?
It was an emotional morning for several families inside of the courtroom here as an attorney for Sean Harden asked for probation for the 19-year-old. The judge ultimately denying that request, giving him the recommended sentence of 13 years. Back in August of 2014, police say Harden was under the influence when he crashed a truck, killing 4 friends: Pearl Armstrong, Adam Fugit, Lee Campbell, and Joshua Thorpe. Passenger Marcus Jones was also injured in the crash, initially facing murder and first-degree assault charges. Last month, Harden took a plea deal, pleading guilty to reduced charges of 4 counts of manslaughter and 1 count of 4th-degree assault. Joshua Thorpe's mother spoke at today's sentencing, giving an emotional plea to the judge to deny probation, saying no time is truly enough considering the fact her son's life was taken. She also said that she is afraid if Harden was let out of jail, he would do the same thing to someone else's child.
There's not an ounce of me that thinks that that boy would get out of jail and do any better. And I got 2 more kids. What if he hits one of them head on drunk? Well, it's a mixed feeling, I guess. 13 years is nothing, but at least it's something.
Now, one place Collie says she does find some comfort in all of this is in the fact that her son was an organ donor. And even though 4 lives were lost, she says through his donation, 4 others were saved. In Pulaski County, Hillary Thornton, WKYT.
Now, Hardin has about 10 months worth of credit for time already served. A woman charged in connection to the discovery of a body at a Pulaski County home will not fight extradition back to the Commonwealth. A jailer at the Richmond County, North Carolina jail says Amanda Braddock will sign a waiver to be brought back to Kentucky. Police in North Carolina arrested Braddock and her boyfriend, Jedediah Lee Van Wormer, yesterday for tampering with physical evidence. A body was found on their property on Jones Knob Road just outside of Somerset Wednesday night. Van Wormer's father, who also lives at the home, was reported missing last week. Investigators are waiting for positive identification to determine if the body belongs to the missing man. Van Wormer is expected to fight extradition. He has a court hearing in North Carolina scheduled for October 8th. Well, we're already seeing some rain move into parts of the bluegrass today, and it looks as though those showers are going to be sticking around through a lot of the weekend. Let's go to WKYT meteorologist Jim Caldwell, who's in for Micah Harris in our First Alert Weather Center.
And hello, Bill. We are tracking those showers into central and especially out to our friends in eastern Kentucky, where they've been seeing some of that rain for a while now. It's not heavy in nature at all. A little streak kind of leading the way in Lexington, actually producing a few sprinkles out there. Experienced that just a few minutes ago myself. As you can see, it's on our side of town. We're on the east end, so a little streak of some light rain continues to fall. But for our friends to the south and east, it's a little more widespread. It has been for a better part of the morning since probably early. Since we started early this morning around 4:30, 5 o'clock, we were tracking some light rain. You're going to run into a few pockets of some moderate showers as well. Our temperatures are stuck in southeastern Kentucky. We'll get stuck as well, and we'll watch our temperatures drop as we progress through the rest of the afternoon with that rain moving in. We'll track all of it hour by hour coming up for you here in just a few minutes.
All right, we'll roll with the changes. We thank you very much, Jim. A Southern Kentucky animal shelter has more dogs than it knows what to do with today. This comes after a rescue in Laurel County resulted in nearly 30 dogs filling the shelter up in London. WKYT's Phil Pendleton is there. He tells us what caused the sudden increase in the shelter's population.
Well, this is one of the Rottweilers here that was taken from the Kiwi area, about 29 dogs. This dog has simply, and others have overrun the animal shelter. All of them are in need to be adopted. Now, this happened yesterday. These dogs were seized. I'm told that the woman who was taking care of these dogs simply became overrun, and now all of these dogs are here ready to be adopted at the Laurel County Animal Shelter.
I don't think anybody slept last night worrying about all these dogs today. And we're very thankful for the people that are stepping up to help, but we still are in desperate need of help.
Now, police say that the owner of these dogs will not face any charges. She gave them up willingly and simply became overwhelmed by the large number of dogs that were there. Police say all of the dogs were well fed. We're going to have a lot more on this later today, but for now in Laurel County, Phil Pendleton, WKYT.
All right, Phil, thank you very much. And if you would like to adopt the dogs, the shelter will be open until 3 o'clock today, and it will be open from 10 until 2 Saturday tomorrow. A Central Kentucky student is accused of making threats against a high school. The principal at Franklin County High School says someone wrote racial slurs on a bathroom wall earlier this week, and yesterday a threatening message was left behind. The district says the student responsible was later identified and suspended.
The evidence all points to this individual. He had a marker that matches the marker that was used to write the slurs and the threats. So the handwriting kind of matches up. So we feel like we're in good shape.
That student is charged with criminal mischief this afternoon. Police say other charges are possible. People around the world lined up outside of Apple stores waiting to purchase the new iPhone 6s. There were only a handful of people camped outside of Fayette Mall in Lexington overnight when our cameras went by. One customer says he arrived about 1:30 this morning to make sure he got one of those new phones.
If you're an Apple fan, you like the latest and the greatest, and it's supposed to be the best smartphone out there. So I'm off work today, and I just thought, you know what? Might as well go on and get the phone, and then I'll trade in my old one.
Hope it worked out for him. Features of the new iPhone include a smarter Siri and a better camera. Well, the Pope continues his historic visit to the United States. Today, he's in the Big Apple, where he will address more than 100 world leaders at the United Nations later on. And another big dignitary is in the U.S. President Obama will be hosting China's president in D.C. amid some simmering tensions. That and more coming up on WKYT.